Hello my dear students, through this video today we are going to discuss a new lesson from your supplementary reader, that is Moments, The Last Leaf by O. Henry. Here this lesson gives us a valuable message, a wonderful message, that we should always be optimistic in life. We should be hopeful. We should never lose or give up hope in life. Hope is a walking dream. You know that in life there will be pains and gains. Okay, pleasures and sorrows. Life is full of problems and joys, and we should take them as it is. We should not feel excited when we are joyful, when we get delightful things in our life, and at the same time we should not feel depressed or sorrowful when we suffer from any obstacles or problems in life. Pains and gains are the two sides of the same coin, that is life. The title itself indicates or denotes the last leaf is nothing but the last hope. Here leaf is artificial. Okay, the leaf is painted by an artist to create hope in a person who is hopeless and determined to die. And here leaf is nothing but it is a symbol, or it signifies hope. And we will proceed into the lesson now. Sue and Jhansi, two young artists, shared a small flat. The flat was on the third story of an old house. Jhansi fell very seriously ill in November. She had pneumonia. She would lie in her bed without moving, just gazing out of the window. Sue, her friend, became very worried. She sent for the doctor. Although he came every day, there was no change in Jhansi's condition. Here, the important characters are Sue and Jhansi. Both are very close friends, best friends, and both are young artists. Since they are living together and being in the same profession, they shared a small flat. They took a flat for rent and decided to live together. The flat was on the third story. Story means floor. Okay, first floor, second floor, like that. So, multi-storied building, we often say. That means it has different flats. Okay, the flat was on the third story of an old house, and the house being very old. Jhansi fell very seriously ill in November. So in the month of November, and you know that we feel extremely cold in November, December. So Jhansi, one of the artists and the friend of Sue, fell seriously ill. She became unhealthy, sick in the month of November. She had pneumonia. What is pneumonia? In this, P is silent. You know that silent letters occur in English language. Pneumonia is a kind of disease that affects lungs, and this is a dreadful disease, and she was afflicted with pneumonia. She would lie in her bed without moving, just gazing out of the window. So due to that disease, pneumonia, she used to live, or she used to lie in her bed, means helplessly. Without moving means she spent all her time on the bed. She used not to attend her routine, just gazing out. What was she doing when she was lying in her bed? She just gazed. Gaze means looked, just gazing out of the window. And there is a window by her bed, and she used to look out through the window. Sue, who was Sue? Her best friend, Jancy's best friend. Her friend became very worried. She bothered a lot about the health of Jancy. She sent for the doctor, so she informed the doctor. Although he came, means the doctor came every day, there was no change in Jancy's condition. The doctor visited Jancy regularly and started giving treatment for pneumonia. But despite the doctor's regular visit and treatment, there was no change in Jancy's condition. Her condition remained the same. One day, the doctor took Sue aside and asked her, "Is anything worrying Jancy?" "No," replied Sue. "But why do you ask?" The doctor said, "Jancy, it seems, has made up her mind that she is not going to get well. If she doesn't want to live, medicines will not help her." So, doctor, who was giving treatment and visiting Jancy regularly, observed and understood her condition. What happened? One day, the doctor took Sue aside. The doctor spoke to Sue, Jancy's friend, and informed her, "Is anything worrying Jancy? Had she any problem? Why was she always worrying? What's the problem?" Then Sue replied, No, she was already, she was all right, she was perfect. There was no worry or any problems that she had to suffer. "But why do you ask?" And Sue also questioned the doctor why he wanted that information. The doctor said Jancy, it seems, has made up her mind that she is not going to get well. Jancy made herself sick. She was not hopeful that she would be all right. She would recover from the illness, that means pneumonia. Okay, and she is not going to get well unless she has will, power, or determination. If she doesn't want to live, medicines will not help her. She decided that she would not live. She lost hope. Even she had such a feeling, she made herself sick, mentally weak. Even medicines also will not be useful, won't help her. She has to develop willpower. She has to be hopeful. And it seems that she lost her hope and she decided that she would not be alive, and so it's not possible to treat her even by medicines also. Doctors shared his opinion. Sue tried her best to make Jancy take an interest in things around her. She talked about clothes and fashions, but Jancy did not respond. Jancy continued to lie still on her bed. Sue brought her drawing board into Jancy's room and started painting. To take Jancy's mind off her illness, she whistled while working. Sue tried to create some hope in Jancy. What did she do? She tried her best to make Jancy take an interest, to create interest in life, to motivate her, in things around her, and she started motivating her, filling her with a lot of abundant hope. She talked about clothes and fashions. She wanted to divert her concentration and give some relief. So she started talking about clothes and fashions and other trends. But Jancy did not respond. It was of no use. There was no response from Jancy. She was as it is. Jancy continued to lie still on her bed and no change in her condition. Sue brought her drawing board. Both are painters, so Sue brought her drawing board into Jancy's room where she was lying in bed and started painting there. At least she would get motivated and she would see the painting and take inspiration and have some hope. To take Jhansi's mind off, why did Jhansi do? Why did Sue do all this? Why did she bring the drawing board and started painting in front of Jhansi? To divert her mind. Okay, she made herself sick and always feel that she would not be alive. In order to divert her mind, she started painting something in front of her, and she whistled while working. So she felt delighted and she painted the picture as though she is playful. She is very happy. At least her happiness would bring, because smile and this happiness are contagious. And she also would take inspiration. She also would feel very happy observing Sue painting and working. Suddenly, Sue heard Jhansi whisper something. She quickly rushed to the bed and heard Jhansi counting backwards. She was looking out of the window and was saying 12. After some time, she whispered 11, then 10, then 9, 8, 7. Sue anxiously looked out of the window. What happened? Something. Jhansi started behaving in a peculiar way, in a strange way, unusual way. Suddenly, Sue heard Jhansi whisper, means speak in low voice, something. She quickly rushed to the bed. Sue immediately went to Jhansi, who is lying on the bed, and she heard Jhansi counting numbers backwards. So 12, he started counting from 12 and so on, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 and so on. She could not understand why Jhansi was doing so. She anxiously means worrying a lot, bothering a lot. Looked out of the window. What's there? Why Jhansi was looking out of the window and started counting numbers. She could not understand. So desperately, she also looked out of the window. She saw who? Sue. Sue saw an old ivy creeper. So ivy is nothing but a kind of plant. As it mentioned, it's a creeper that does not grow itself without any support, and it has a slender stem and has a dark green shiny leaves. Okay, it takes some support and keeps on growing. And nearby the window, outside the window, there was an ivy creeper climbing halfway up the brick wall. The wall was constructed in bricks. Halfway up the brick wall, opposite their window. So outside the window, on the wall, there was a ivy creeper, and in the strong wind outside, and it was windy, stormy, and the creeper was shedding its leaves. Of course, it might be autumn season. Autumn is one of the seasons in a year in which plants usually shed their leaves, and as usual, the creeper started shedding its leaves. The leaves of the ivy creeper started falling down, and Jhansi was looking at the leaves of the ivy creeper hopelessly and started counting numbers. What is it, dear? She asked Jhansi. 6, and she was not responding. And she continued counting the numbers. 6, whispered Jhansi. They are falling faster now. The leaves of the ivy creeper are falling very quickly. Now, 3 days ago, there were almost 100 leaves. There are only 5 left now. All leaves fell down. The creeper shedded her leaves due to the storm. And how many are left by now? Only 5. It is autumn. As I told you, it's one of the seasons in which plants shed their leaves. That's you. And the leaves will fall. These 5 leaves also will fall. Because what actually happens in autumn season, it is the convention, it is usual that plants and trees shed their leaves. There is nothing peculiar. And so, you said the leaves will fall. It is common. When the last leaf falls, I will die. But Jhansi related the life of the leaves on the creeper to her life. And what did she say? The leaves are falling down, and 3 days ago there were hundreds of leaves, now only 5 left, and when the last leaf falls, I will die. So, I was able to live as long as the last leaf is on the ivy creeper. As soon as the last leaf falls, I will pass away, I will die, said Jhansi with finality. Finality means that the final decision which cannot be changed, altered, with a lot of determination. I have known this for the last 3 days. She confirmed that she had been watching the leaves that she could see outside, that means the leaves of the ivy creeper, and expressed her intention. That means from this you understand she lost hope in life and she mistook that when the ivy creeper loses all the leaves, her health condition also will be gradually deteriorating, decreasing, and when the last leaf of the ivy creeper falls down, she also would surely die. That is her expectation, prediction. Oh, that's nonsense, replied Sue. What have old ivy leaves to do with your getting well? There is no connection, there is no relation between the life of the leaves and your health condition. Both are not similar. The doctor is confident that you will get better. The doctor who is giving treatment, who visits you regularly, is sure that you will get better. You will recover from pneumonia. Jhansi did not say anything. She did not respond. Sue went and brought her a bowl of soup, something to eat or drink. I don't want any soup, said Jhansi. I am not hungry. Now there are only 4 leaves left. See, previously there were 5, now one more leaf fell down. Now there are only 4 leaves. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark. Then I will sleep forever. That means she lost her hope and she determined that she would die as soon as the last leaf falls from the ivy creeper, and she hopes that before it gets dark, the last leaf will be shaded or will fall down, and she will sleep forever. That means she will be no more. Sue sat on Jhansi's bed. She wanted to console her, comfort her, kissed her, and said, "You are not going to die. I can't draw the curtain for I need the light." Actually, I thought of drawing the curtain, but I want light to finish my painting, so I can't draw the curtain since I need the light I want to finish the painting and get some money for us, because we have to buy medicines and all the essentials, so we need some money. So I want to finish this painting and get some money for us, means for both of us. Please, my dear friend, don't be hopeless, she begged Jhansi. Promise not to look out of the window while I paint. Don't look out of the window. Don't look through the window while I paint. You just divert your concentration. I can't close the. I can't draw the curtain of the window since I need light to paint my picture. So you promise me that you would not look through the window while I paint. Why? Because the intention of Sue behind asking Jhansi not to look out through the window at the ivy creeper, because she would be looking at the falling leaves as they will be falling one by one. She will become hopeless, and she herself determined that she could live until the last leaf falls down. And that's why, in order to prevent Jhansi to look out of the window and lose her hope, she said so intentionally. Let's see what happens next. Alright, said Jhansi, finish your painting soon, for I want to see the last leaf fall. Okay, I keep my promise. I will give you a word that you will not look out of the window until you finish your painting. But you finish your painting soon, very quickly, for I want to see the last leaf fall. Okay? I am tired of waiting. Don't keep me waited. I have to die. Soon, I am sure the last leaf will fall down, and I will also permanently leave this world. I will die. So let me go away peacefully, like one of those poor, tired leaves, like the leaves that are falling down due to the storm. I also would like to pass away or die peacefully. Try to sleep, said Sue. Okay, I will finish my painting soon. Until then, you try to sleep. Okay, I have to paint an old miner. You know who a miner is called? A miner is nothing but a person who extract minerals from a quarry or a mine. And you know how he usually looked in ragged clothes and soiled or dirty clothes, because he is doing such a job. And Sue said to Jhansi that she wanted to paint an old miner. I will call Behrman up to be my model. So here I will call a person by name Behrman. Who is Behrman? And you will come to know about him. And he is also a painter. And he is not getting or earning money due to his art by painting, because nobody was not buying his painting and he was not popular. And what he was doing, and he used to work as a model. If somebody wants to draw any painting or a picture, and they need somebody to stand in front of them still, okay, and he used to stand and act as a model for people to paint. And he also a supervisor, caretaker of the building, the old house in which Sue and Jhansi were living together. Okay, janitor, that means a person who takes care of the building or a house, etc. So Sue said to Jhansi that she would call Behrman up to be her model. That means he would stand like a miner, and she would look at him and complete the painting. That's her idea. Sue rushed down. Sue went down to bring Behrman. Behrman lived on the ground floor. He was a 60-year-old painter. How old was he? 60 years. His lifelong dream was to paint a masterpiece, but that had remained a dream, and he wanted to become famous, and he wanted to draw the best picture before he dies. Okay, that people would appreciate him. The finest masterpiece means the finest and the most attractive. Okay, but that had remained a dream, but he could not paint a masterpiece, for he was not popular and people were not fond of his painting. Sue poured out her worries to Behrman. Sue went and explained everything about Jhansi and how she fell sick and got pneumonia and what was her condition, how she made herself sick and lost hope and started relating herself with the life of the leaves, everything. She told him how Jhansi was convinced that she would die when the last leaf fell, and she also told that Jhansi had an opinion that she would die immediately after the last leaf fell. She explained everything. She explained everything about Jhansi to Behrman. Is she stupid? Is she foolish? Asked Behrman. What's wrong with her? How can she be so foolish? She is running a high temperature, complained Sue. She had a high fever now, but despite that, she is not taking medicines and she is not taking any food. She refuses to eat or drink, and that worries me a lot. If she eats something or drinks something and take medicine and rest, she would soon recover, but she is not accepting anything, and she made herself sick. She was mentally upset. I will come with you and see Jhansi, Behrman said. Behrman assured that he would come with Sue to meet Jhansi. They tiptoed into the room. Tiptoed means walk quietly. They walked quietly without making any noise. They tiptoed into the room. Jhansi was sleeping. She was asleep. She drew the curtains together and they went to the next room. So in order to cover the window, she drew the curtains close to each other, and both Sue and Behrman went out to the next room. She peeped out through the window, means to look out somewhere secretly. Peep. She peeped out through the window. There was only one leaf on the creeper. Previously 4 leaves were there. Now only one leaf was left on the creeper. It was raining heavily and an icy cold wind was blowing because of heavy storm, and there was a pouring. That means heavy rain and extreme cold conditions, cold winds are prevailing, and it was horrible for anybody to go outside in such kind of weather. It seemed as though the leaf would fall any minute now. So they expected the last leaf also will be shaded. The last leaf also will fall down sooner, in no time, because the wind was strong. Behrman did not say a word. He did not speak anything. He went back to his room. Jhansi woke up next morning. As usual, the next morning, Jhansi got up from her sleep in a feeble voice. Feeble means very weak, tiring. She asked Sue to draw the curtains, to open the curtain. That means to draw them so that she could see outside the window. Sue was nervous. and she was very excited. She drew back the curtains very reluctantly, means hesitatingly, unwillingly. Okay. Oh, Sue exclaimed as she looked at the vine creeper. And exclaimed means wondered or astonished or surprised. Sue wondered or surprised as she looked at the vine creeper which was outside. Look, there is still one leaf on the creeper. All the leaves fell down. One leaf was still clinging onto the creeper, still left. It looks quite green and healthy. See, it did not dry. It was not folded or crumbled. It did not get withered. It looks quite green and healthy, fresh, in spite of the storm and the fierce winds. Fierce means violent. In spite of the storm and the fierce winds, it did not fall. The leaf still remained there. You need not worry. The leaf is there, green and healthy. I heard the wind last night, said Jancy. I heard the wind last night. Though I was asleep, I could hear the wind, blowing of the wind last night. I thought it would have fallen. I predicted the last leaf would have fallen due to the wind. It will surely fall today. If not yesterday, I am sure that it will be dropped today. Then I will die. So as soon as the last leaf falls down, I also will pass away. I will die. You won't die, said Sue energetically. Means with a lot of enthusiasm, with a lot of curiosity and energy. You have to live for your friends. You have to be alive for your friends. What would happen to me if you die? You are my best friend. I can't live without you. Okay? How could I live? How could I be alone without you? Jancy smiled weakly, feebly. Okay? And closed her eyes. After every hour or so, she would look out of the window and find the leaf still there. Every now and then, Jancy tried to look out or started looking out the window to find the leaf still there or not. It seemed to be clinging to the creeper, means holding tightly. Tragic. It seemed to be clinging to the creeper. And in the evening there was another storm. But the leaf did not fall. The leaf was still seen there holding or clinging to the creeper. Jancy lay for a long time looking at the leaf. She went on looking at the leaf, the last leaf, for a long time. Then she called out to Sue. Then she informed. She called Sue. I have been a bad girl. You have looked after me so lovingly and I have not cooperated with you. I have been depressed and gloomy. The last leaf has shown me how wicked I have been. I have realized that it is a sin to want to die. Sue hugged Jancy. Then she gave her lots of hot soup and a mirror. Jancy combed her hair and smiled brightly. And what did Jancy say to Sue after seeing the last leaf still holding there, still on the creeper? She understood, she realized how foolish she was, and she said that I have been a bad girl. I was not right in thinking. You have looked after me so lovingly. You took a lot of care, and I have not cooperated with you. I have not assisted. I have not given you any cooperation or assistance. I have been depressed and gloomy. I have been upset, disappointed. I lost hope. The last leaf has shown me how wicked, means how bad and how wrong I have been. I have realized that it is a sin. Means it is a great mistake to want to die. I should not have thought so. I should not have related my life to that of the last leaf. Now I understood, I realized. She hugged Jansi. Both embraced each other in happiness. Then she gave her lots of hot soup and a mirror. Jansi combed her hair and smiled brightly. Now she is hopeful. She is optimistic. In the afternoon, the doctor came. After examining his patient, who is his patient? Jansi. He told Sue, Jansi's friend, Jansi now has the will to live. Now she is willful. She has a strong willpower and she is mentally fit. I am confident she will recover soon. Now I must go downstairs and see Behrman. You know who Behrman was? An old painter. He is also suffering from pneumonia. What happened to him? Why the doctor wanted to go downstairs and see Behrman? Behrman was also affected from pneumonia, suffering from pneumonia, a serious lung disease. But I am afraid there is no hope for him. I am not sure that he would be alive. There is little hope of his recovery. The next morning, Sue came and sat on Jansi's bed, taking Jansi's hand in her and said, I have something to tell you, and I have some information to share with you. Miss Behrman died of pneumonia this morning. He was ill for only 2 days. He suffered a lot due to pneumonia and he passed away this morning. The first day, the janitor means, as I explained you earlier, a person whose job is to look after a building, means supervisor or caretaker of the building, found him on his bed. He struggled 2 days with pneumonia. His clothes and shoes were wet and he was shivering because he was affected by pneumonia. He had been out in that stormy night. He had been outside in the stormy night and he was exposed to the icy cold winds and heavy rain. Then they found a ladder and a lantern still lighted lying near his bed. So Sue and Jansi discovered a ladder to climb over a wall or something and a lantern still lighted lying near his bed, Behrman's bed. There were also some brushes and green and yellow paints on the floor near the ladder, and they also found some brushes and green and yellow paints nearby the ladder on the floor. Jansi dear, said Sue, look out of the window. Look at the ivy leaf. Haven't you wondered why it doesn't flutter when the wind blows? Why it doesn't move? Why it doesn't fall down? That's Behrman's masterpiece. That's Behrman's painting. That's not a real leaf. That is an artificial leaf. Okay? It was painted by Behrman. His dream came true. That was his masterpiece. The best art are painted by him. He painted it the night the last leaf fell. In fact, the last leaf fell down. But we understood that when you came to know that the last leaf dropped or fell down, you also would surely die because you became hopeless. And so, in order to create hope in you and give you some kind of hope or some feeling of determination, he stood outside all over the night, throughout the night, and drew the leaf. He painted that, and you mistook the painting for the real leaf. That's why it did not flutter or move or fall down despite the wind, heavy wind. He sacrificed your life for your sake. So his painting rekindle or instill life in you, hope in you. So his dream came true, and this leaf, the painting of the leaf which made you alive, hopeful, is Behram's masterpiece, the best painting which he ever dreamt of. He painted it the night the last leaf fell. Okay, what message did you get from this lesson? Don't ever and ever lose hope. Hope is a walking dream. You must not give up your hope. And I want to convey, finally, I want to conclude my explanation with a famous quotation by Swami Vivekananda. Strength is life, weakness is death. Okay? Always have strength, which is life, which is the breath of life, that is oxygen. Oxygen is breath of life. And never feel weakness. Weakness is nothing but death. Always be strong enough. Okay? Thank you very much.